You're watching Public Access Television, PATV.
It's Roll On Iowa with your host, John Robert Anton Bacon, and Alan Stroh Jr.
Hi, everybody out there in Hawkeye Land. Welcome to another episode of the Coast to Coast Hit Sports Talk Show by Iowa fans, for Iowa fans. Roll on Iowa. I'm your co-host, Mr. Alan Stroh Jr., and on my side, as usual, is my trusty friend for life, Mr. John Robert Anton Bacon. John, welcome again. And here we are. It's March already. Years just rolling past. You know, this is the third month. We're in the third month, so another 3. We're halfway there to football season.
Yeah, true. Well
you
said.
know?
You know, I love turning the calendar from February 28th to March 1st. Because March, to me, represents the return of hope.
Exactly.
Because it's officially okay to start hoping for some spring days to come and some nice temperatures.
Oh, yeah.
I love the sound of the melting snow trickling down the streets.
Into
and
the rain gutters, yeah.
Goodbye, old man
yeah,
winter.
Exactly. Goodbye, old man winter. You couldn't have said it any better myself. I don't think Walt Whitman could have said that any better. Well, listen. Speaking of which, I saw in the paper the other day that we've got 10 days of snow cover left, is what they're predicting. So in 10 days, the snow should be completely gone.
Fantastic.
Yeah, won't that be nice?
It is nice to see patches of grass for the first time since, November? I mean, we've had snow cover
Right.
the entire winter.
Yeah, it's been, they said, this was the same article, and they said we had twice as much snow as we normally get. So I don't know about the number of storms, but the storms that we got were much heavier, a heavier amount of snow. And, you know, we're going to have the green grass and the bunnies hopping around before you know it.
They'll be there. I went to the basketball game yesterday.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Well, that was a great one. Yeah,
Yes,
we got one. So we were saying clean sweep.
Well,
Clean sweep in Indiana.
you know, and I'm not
We took
trying
them down.
I'm not trying to diminish the
Tell
win.
us about the game.
Because
Jeff.
I
Tell
don't
us
want
about the
to
experience.
Look, hey, don't want to do anything to diminish the win. It was a great win, played tough. But I will say this, as frustrated as Hawk fans have been right now, my heavens, think about Indiana. I mean, we, despite all of our frustrations, have handled them with ease twice. And they are just not good.
They're not good.
I will say that they came alive a little bit at the end of the game when they finally just let them rip and they started putting pressure on full court press and just going to the basket. I felt like, boy, if they'd have been doing this all game, it would have been tougher on us.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know what? We played a good game, a lot of hustle plays. Fuller, Cole, just get so many loose balls. Gaydon's had his career-high 25.
Right.
And Andrew Brommer, without scoring a point, had his best game as a Hawk. And made a lot of little plays that helped us.
Liked what you saw.
Well, I will also say 55 fouls in the game. 55
That's some
fouls.
ugly basketball.
The game lasted almost 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Well, you got your money's worth.
It was quite a deal. But
That's
you know
like a football game.
We'll take that win.
Absolutely. We'll take anything we can get, man. We'll take anything we can get. We'll be happy to take it. There's been a lot of talk. We are at the tail end of the basketball season, basically just staring down that Big Ten tourney at this point. And, And, we were talking about this earlier today. We've got, there's a series right now going on in the Gazette, The Decline, The Fall of Rome. And there was a previous one that was in the Press Citizen not too long ago that was basically the mirror image of this thing, step by step.
Yeah, an installment, multiple part series.
Yeah, they were both multiple parts that they look at
entitled
this,
The Decline of Hawkeye Basketball.
Yeah.
That's not what you want to see.
No, that's not what you want to see.
Newspaper.
That's not what you want to see. I think it is important, though, from my perspective, that we do, to some extent, dissect this a little bit. I think that as a fan, I don't want this to be just a rah-rah show. I do want that to be. Obviously, this show is much more of a rah-rah show than any other show on television.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of that fact. But you and I both know, as Hawkeye fans, over the years, we've had plenty of gripes with various programs that, if we're going to be honest, and we're not going to get into too much detail, but basically what my thing is this, okay? I'm seeing this guy, what's his name, Stark or Stuck? What's his name? He's like an assistant AD over
Rick
there.
Klatt?
Klatt, okay? Mr. Klatt, obviously the guy is a true Hawkeye, is into his job, loves it,
Yes.
okay? And I'm not saying that this guy is not a good guy, okay? I think that he's a fine man, okay? But I think what he's doing, from what I've seen in the quotes in the paper, is that his angle is continually such that he is saying, every time I see a quote from him, he says, "Listen, if we were winning every single game,
Wait a minute.
oh my,
What's that?
oh my."
Take a moment and enjoy that. That's my ringtone.
That's his ringtone, ladies and gentlemen.
It is my good friend Tim. As from Tim's Keys to the Game.
Well, he's got to call in. He's got to call the studio.
Studio.
Yeah.
He knows better than that.
He knows better than that. This is a professional show. This is a hit show coast to coast, But as I was saying, this guy Klatt, his angle is always, if we were winning games, if we were winning every game, that stadium would be full. It's not really an argument. That's really not an argument, okay? It's like, that's like saying if we sold out every game, the game would be full. You know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah.
What we need to do, my bottom line is this. Look, we've had, it's like president changing, okay? We've had an administration change over there 3 years ago when they brought in Licklider, okay? They need to get that old and break with that old, because that's where the cancer is. That's where that blackness is. It's in that Steve Alford $1 million haircut. It's in his territory, okay? That's when this started, okay? Mistakes were made across the board. Okay, and the attitude was one of arrogance. The attitude was one of blaming the fan, I saw it today, and it's like, the quote from Alfred was like, I've always put a product out, I've always put a product out there. And I'm like, that's great, but is it really a product? Is it, because that, to me, that just implies there's no heart there. You know what I mean? It just is a little bit too slick for my taste. And I think it bit us. It bit us. It turned off a lot of Hawk fans, for a lot of times, and they just haven't come back. But we have our caller, as he's got the right number this time, and so it's time for our weekly segment. Tim weighs in. Tim, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, good evening. How are you guys?
Tim, let's cut right
Welcome
to the
to
chase.
Roll on Iowa. Listen.
A couple of weeks ago, when last we parted, before the renovation work that was done here at the station, a 2-week break.
That's right. We had a 2-week break. We can't get two shows together.
We talked, and you were making a decision. You had to decide whether to go to Welsh Ryan Arena.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
attend the Iowa Northwestern basketball game, and you did go.
I did go.
Good for you. Did you wear the colors?
I sure did. I wore a Orange Bowl hooded sweatshirt.
Nice. Good for you, Timmy.
Yeah, so we went, and, brought Colin with me his first away game.
Yeah.
A little tough for him to swallow.
Yeah.
Ouch.
But
I spoke on the phone with Colin after